38-1 crossbred boar. He is a scrotal rupture that will need to be fixed. We will fully guarantee him to be right. He's a my speed on 50-8. She is a -8 provoked dirty. She would be the litter mate to the reserve Grand Bear at the Ohio State Fair a couple years ago.
This thing is the definition of proportions. You want to talk about one that's short-bodied but long neck. When that thing gets his head propped up, I mean, thing's neck comes out of the top side of his blade. I mean, about ideal, but still has the length of hip and, I mean, hind leg to boot, like I said. Like it's another one of these my speeds. I mean, these pigs look like they're going to get better with time. And, you know, this thing, I like this thing's color. I mean, say what you want. I probably sometimes get hung up on it, but there ain't going to be many that are colored up like that one. And that one's going to stand out. This is a short list type pig. This one's real good, and these 38s are deep.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I dig his color pattern too. I love the black-headed ones, and then he's got those dots on his back and on his side. These 38s are very, very good, and I knew they were good. One thing, you know, I've passed on a few duties to Dane when he came on board, but there's one thing I won't give up, and that's processing litters. I like to get my hands on around their skull, and for those of you that raise pigs, you know what I mean. You can tell at 1 day, 2 day, 3 days of age how these things are going to be and what type of quality they are. And these 38s, they got 3 big stars when I worked that litter. They're good, they're deep, they're stout, but they're comfortable. This particular one is so stout in terms of his indicators, in terms of skull and width between his eyes. He's neat about his crest. He's tight about his throat latch. He's got a big arm, big feet. He's got a big rear leg. He's huge in terms of his cage. He's going to have a ton of spread up high. And for all that power, he fits together. Like Crosby said, his proportions are so good. His length to height ratio is excellent. I love that he looks like he's going to have an appetite, and the pig's going to grow. The pig's going to do what you want. If they don't eat and they don't grow, you know, you're pretty much your hands are tied. So he's going to do all those things for you. You know, you just put the right stuff in front of him. That one's got a pretty high ceiling. He's going to be fun to feed. I like that one quite a bit.
And I challenge you, honestly. I mean, when he props his head up and stuff, he's a standout for sure. But just standing there, I mean, that thing's got bend and cushion to his knee, but awesome pastern. And same story on the rear end. I mean, that thing's rear just standing there, as weird as that sounds. But then you put it all into motion, and that's what they need to look like. I'd say this one's got tons of upside here. This one's on my short list. Probably shouldn't say that, but he is.
I love your honesty, Crosby. 38-1, crossbred boar. He is a rupture again. We'll fully guarantee him. He's a my speed, -8, provoked dirty.